Hello, welcome back to my corridors. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my corridors. So I was feeling really good and feeling like I could, normally I film once a month and upload stuff like once a month, but I felt really good and wanting to film videos, so here's another one. So today is the 2024 addition to my CD collection. I don't even remember what I filmed, like, in the older videos I filmed about like my CD collection back then. I don't even remember like what I filmed, and I hadn't gotten the chance to like watch it, because normally I would like make an update to my CD collection, but now I'm just gonna start from square one because like I don't feel like going back and watching them. Alright, so here's the 2024 addition to my CD collection. So I have to get these two out of the way because they're like really special to me. Dimmu Borgir's Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. My favorite album from Dimmu Borgir. Actually, like, it's too precious to me. Hopefully I won't get in trouble with YouTube for showing a topless woman, because everywhere I go this album is censored, except like the CDs and stuff. Comes with a poster of the band. I'm not going to take it out and show. Maybe on the YouTube community I will, but right now, like, I'm not going to take it out. And Opeth's Blackwater Park. This is one of my two favorites of Opeth's albums. Actually, I like all of their like really old stuff. I actually enjoy, but these two are really precious to me because, fun fact, they were actually released literally 3 days before I was born. Like, I think that is so cool. Alright. And there may be repeats for those who've been on my channel for longer, but for those of you new here, that this is just for like, I mean, it's literally for everybody, but there may be repeats for those who have been on my channel for so long. This is my Lacuna Coil's Karma Code album. Got this in a CD store, and I missed that CD store. It's called Rasputin's, and I've talked about it before. There's the poster that I showed. Obviously, I'm not going to take it out because it's too precious to me, and I don't want it to get ruined. Testament's The Legacy. I really love like the older thrash metal albums. Something about it is just my comfort music, and I love Testament a lot. I am a little worked up because I had to film myself, like, and I got interrupted like twice, so I'm maybe like kind of exhausted from being worked up because I got so frustrated from filming this video like twice and people interrupting, so I may be a little tired, and that's just why. Sabaton's Heroes. And I'm really just going to show the artwork, not really give too much of a description because I'm tired. Whenever, like, I have friends who, like, really want to get into metal, I always recommend them Sabaton first because they're amazing. And they talk about history, which, that's amazing. And I learned a lot from listening to their music, actually. This is from Slowdive. I got this in a thrift store. It was only like $1 or something. Yeah, it was cheap. I hadn't gotten a chance to listen to this album, but I do like Slowdive quite a bit. What is their genre called? Shoegaze? Just for a Day is the name of the album. I don't just have metal CDs, but I'm sure a lot of you expect that. Autopsy's Severed Survival. Not my favorite album from them, but I quite enjoy this a lot. There's Chris Reifert when he still had hair. It's so funny, like, a lot of the members of my favorite bands, they look so different 30 years ago, and when they're older, like, I don't even recognize them. And Chris Reifert was such a good example. I also quite enjoy Autopsy a bit. They're, like, one of my favorite death metal bands. They're part of the death doom genre. Yeah. Not crazy into Depeche Mode, but I do like this CD. What's the album called? Violator. I've seen them become more and more popular. I guess because of TikTok or something. Gosh darn it, those young people. I know I sound like an old lady, but mentally I am. But I enjoy Depeche Mode from time to time, and I'll listen to them. The Essential Ozzy Osbourne. It's actually 2 CDs in here. I got it at Walmart like 3 years ago. My goal is to have every Death album. Unfortunately, I'm not quite there yet. So, this is my favorite Death album. symbolic. And Chuck is one of my heroes. I cannot stress that enough. I just really miss him, but I'm sure everybody does. I love grunge a lot outside of metal, so Alice in Chains, Dirt. I'm sure most of you like them too. I don't know one person that doesn't like Alice in Chains. I like Napalm Death, like a lot. And this just happens to be one of my favorite albums by them. Harmony Corruption. And y'all have probably seen my long sleeve shirt I have for this album. I like a lot of new wave outside of metal too. This is a Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. Also got it at a thrift store with the Slow Dive CD. Also $1. Can't beat that. This is from Nile. This is a mouthful, so I'm just gonna have to read it. And I can't even remember the name of this album sometimes because it's so long. Amongst the Catacombs of Nephron Ka. I'm not really the biggest technical death metal fan, but I quite enjoyed Nile a lot. Edge of Sanity's Purgatory Afterglow. I don't think they're around anymore, but I could be wrong. The front man of this is Dan Sfano. Maybe I'm mispronouncing that. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's also in Bloodbath. I stand by my judgment. I know a lot of people hate this album, but I absolutely love it. This is my favorite Carcass album, Swan Song. Men hate it, I don't care, it's my favorite. Lacuna Coil's Black Anima. Yeah, I like Lacuna Coil a lot. Actually, I love them a lot. I got into them when I was such a young child, believe it or not. Spirit Box's Eternal Blue. I have to be careful about this packaging. Sometimes I don't want to, because I've accidentally bent it sometimes, and I don't want that to happen again. I like Spirit Box quite a bit. I just don't like the term people are using for their genre of music anymore. What their genre of music is, they call it baddiecore or something. I don't know how I feel about that name, but I like Spirit Box quite a bit. So I have a thing for 90s alternative. This is from Alanis. I mean, y'all probably know who she is. I can't stand her voice sometimes, but I do like her music quite a bit. The album I could listen to for the rest of my life, Children of Bodom's Follow the Reaper. Like, most people on my channel know that, Children of Bodom is probably my favorite band in the world if I had to pick one favorite. So yeah, here's the album I could listen to for the rest of my life. Just like Chuck, Alexi was my hero too. Every Trivium fan should know this album, Shogun. I can have this album on repeat and never get tired of it too. Lamb of God's Omens. I think this is their their most recent album, but one tends to lose track because they come out with so many albums. But I like this album, and it always feels so good playing it in the car. And who doesn't love Lamb of God? Delane's Moonbathers. I mean, look at that artwork. That's amazing. This one's really, really precious to me. I know, hardly any of the original members of Delane are in their band anymore. I mean, they're still good, but this one, just with their original members, it's just so precious to me. And just the songs off of this album give me so much nostalgia. Can you see them? I don't know if you can see them, piling up over here. Maybe you can't, because the pillow is covering it. Metallica's Ride the Lightning. I prefer Master Puppets, but it's a good album, too. So lucky I got to see them. I can't talk about that enough, can I? Mon Amar's Fate of Norns. Something about their old music just gives me so much comfort. I like the Beatles quite a bit. This is just like, this isn't even all of them. These are just like, this is just some of their best hits. My favorite Blind Guardian album. At the Edge of Time. Like, look at that. That's amazing. And they're one of my favorite power metal bands. Electric Wizards We Live. Like, I like that purple and green. They're probably my favorite doom metal band. But I like quite a lot of other doom metal bands, but they just happen to be one of my favorites. Just, their music just gives me so much comfort. Immortals, Northern Chaos Gods. I know they're like down to one member now. They're like a one-man black metal project now, but like I enjoy their music no matter what they put out, like with or without a Boff. Darkthrone, Circle the Wagons. I like their music no matter what whether it's black metal, black and roll, or their old death metal stuff. Like, I quite enjoy Darkthrone. This is one of my most recent ones, besides the Doomy War Gear one. I got this for Christmas, or Yule. I celebrate Yule. This is Night Wishes Once. I love all their albums to pieces, but this one just has a really precious meaning to me. Like, it's probably my favorite out of all of them. Like, it gives me so much nostalgia and comfort. Queensryche's Empire does not have the original packaging or CD cover on it, but here's the CD. I don't consider them like glam metal, but they were like released around that era of music. But I do have a soft spot for some bands around that era. Not all of them, but some of them. Another Autopsy album, Tourniquets, Hacksaws, and Graves. Like I said, I like them quite a bit. Deicide, the best of. Not really too crazy about Deicide, but I quite enjoy their music from time to time. They're all piling up against me. Soundgarden's Telephantasm, again going back to the grunge stuff, does not have the original packaging. Got this with a Guitar Hero game when I was a kid. And Chris Cornell was amazing. Another Darkthrone album, Arctic Thunder. Yeah, like I said, I just enjoy whatever they put out. Death, Spiritual Healing. Hopefully I can get to that goal of collecting all their albums, because they have a very short discography. My other favorite Opeth album, actually really all their like older albums I really love, like Orchids I really love too. Ghost Reveries, and it even has a DVD of the like a documentary like of the making of and interviews with the members and stuff. Pretty simple artwork. That album gives me so much comfort. Every death metal fan or old school death metal fan should be familiar with this album. Possessed, 7 Churches. And Possessed even follows my Instagram, not to brag. So I like a lot of classic rock too. Sting, 10 Summoner's Tale. I really like The Police more than his solo stuff, but I like this album. Stone Temple Pilots, or STP for short. I can't open this up because there's a naked woman on the side, but like I said, I like all those, like a lot of 90s music. Going back to the 90s stuff, Vitalogy by Pearl Jam, my favorite album by them. Don't have the original artwork, but I like this album quite a bit. Don't really like Eddie Vedder as a person, just a note. 311 or 311, however you say them. I enjoy them a lot too. Not really sure what genre of music they are. I know they like the 90s alternative stuff, but they have a little bit of like, what kind of music is it? Not rap, but maybe a little bit of hip-hop in there, but I quite enjoy them. Evanescence, The Open Door. I like this more than Fallen. Hopefully no one kicks my ass for saying that. And Amy Lee is just... Whitechapel's The Valley. This album gets me really, really emotional. Let's see, what else do I have? Sabaton's Primo Victoria. I love Sabaton quite a bit. They are so fun to listen to. I like goth music a lot outside of metal and stuff. Bauhaus is Volume 1. Everybody recognizes that logo. Don't have the original artwork for it, and it's just the CD and just the list of songs on it. I don't know why I wrote this. The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. So sad I don't have that iconic album artwork in my collection, but I have the album. Queen's Greatest Hits. A lot of my favorite songs by them are not on here, but I'll listen to this. And finally, Death's The Sound of Perseverance. I think this was their last album before Chuck died, but I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, I think that's it. Obviously, I'm probably going to add more to the collection. People are probably, seeing how big my collection is, and to me it's like, I need more. Because just CDs, there's something about them that's so nostalgic and so comforting. Alright, I think that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Support me on social media and whatever, and stay metal.